What up, homies? It's your boy and his lovely lady and the cat. Yes, and Tig's info. Tig says hi, everybody. Says make sure you let your pets outside to go to the washroom. Alright. I hope you all are having a good day. We're just getting into a sleep stream here, so it takes. That sound is actually a power cord. I gotta.
Do you need me to get out of bed?
Yeah, we both do, Sweet Pea. Thank you, dear. I gotta. Ever since I moved the bed the other day, it's.
I noticed it was loose over here.
Oh, man.
Okay, push.
Just 1 second, I have no form of light here. Okay. I'm trying to get it to go, but it just won't. There. You did something. I knew it was something was changed because I never had such a hard time in my life. Anyway, it's all good. We fixed it. Whew. Because, yeah, that puts pressure on the plug, which is never any good, so we've solved the problem. First time we used the plug since rearranging the bedroom, I guess. So here we are. We're with Kat, everybody. Now you may hear one of us sleeping. There's always somebody giving her around, moving somewhere, basement or. But somebody will be snoring here. Probably most likely me. And I'll definitely be blowing a few farts for you. So all night this cat will purr. Oh, here's the first fart of the night. It goes to obviously the king of Icelandic farts. Tig's info. I'm just kidding. That was my wife. That was mine. She only wishes she could fart like me. The only competition in this house I got is my cat. He's a good farter, eh? He tries to deny it like it wasn't him. I'm like, dude, it's just me and you on the bed, bro, and if I farted like that, you know, thread would be coming out of my bum, you know? Just a thread every 3 days. No, clearly that was you, Tiggs. And you can't even hear him. You have to have like a Bose noise canceling headset on. You know, with a Turtle Beach Montego 2 microphone. Digital microphone right up close. And it sounds like this. He takes me. Make sure you guys check out the streams from today. I did some pretty gnarly streams there, a couple of them. One towards, I think it's around 10 o'clock tonight, so it'll say like 3 hours ago or something, you know. 4 hours ago now, but I fell asleep on the stream there. On my back, I just got out of the bath. Well, no, maybe not just, but I was in there from some time. Time did I talk to you at like 8, you called? Yeah? Yeah, so then, yeah, it makes sense. Probably about a half hour fresh out of the tub or something. Maybe 45 minutes out of the tub. But man, my hands and my feet are a little stiff. Not like, they're just sore. My feet are super sore. My right hand is sore. My left hand is sore, but not as sore as my right one, so. My hands are so soft. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, but well, I feel good about this. I'm not leaving you guys high and dry. Waiting a long time. You guys got some farts right out of the gate. I can promise you and guarantee you there'll be at least 6 to 9 farts tonight, and they'll be wobblers. Wobblers. Like, don't turn your headset up too high, or you could go blind from listening to these things, yo. I don't want that. Three people last week went bald after watching 3 SLEEPSTREAM, Count the Farts SLEEPSTREAM edition. It's a lot of responsibility for good men and women to try and take on the task to listen to all of the farts, to count them all. Gotta count them all. Someone counted over 25 farts on a SLEEPSTREAM. And they didn't even that was in the first hour. I was like, what the hell was I eating? Seriously? 25 farts? Like, did something crawl up in me, have its last 49 breaths, and then die? I'm like, 25 farts in an hour? And the dude time stamped every one, so it's not like, yo, you farted 25 times in the first hour. It's like, dude, here's the proof. Click this first blue number, then the second blue number, and then third, and it's just honk, honk. I was like, OMG, bro. No wonder I'm so famous. Who knows? Like, unless you're recording your sleeps, there could be someone out there. I mean, it's highly, highly inevitable. Like, it can't be. No one on this God's green earth here could possibly fart me. Like, I'm in talks right now with Putin. We're trying to get the fart Olympics going. If we can get them going, it'll be me versus Tibet in the finals. I've already predicted it. There's some Tibetan monk somewhere right now. He's doing 23 an hour, Mind, body, and soul, his spirit are one, But every time he takes up the challenge and gets to 23, it's like he almost perishes, He's got to go climb 25 mountains blindfolded backwards, just to get some strength back. Me, all I got to do is eat some asparagus or broccoli. Like a half pound to a pound and a half. Any 3 pounds of spinach, I'm good for 2 days. The tank is full. Yeah. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I am with wife and cat. The cat just loves bedding down. He learned too. He lays beside me, so it's quite something. He just loves me though. I rub his shoulder blades, and he just kicks back and just relaxes. I used to rub my Dalmatian's rotator cup for him. When he laid on his side, I used to just sit there and spin. Now this cat loves it too. used to rub my dog's ribs. I used to rub across his rib cage and his soft belly. He had a pink belly, like my other cat. My other cat just let me play with his belly all day. Nobody else, though, probably. Maybe my wife could, but only me and my wife. Man, I miss my cat. Miss everyone, though. I can't just say my one cat. Man, if there is cloning technology, seriously, I'm super pissed that I couldn't clone my cat, my dog. You know, they better let me clone my wife, you know. It's upsetting. And no, I don't want a clone of my wife. I don't want my wife from another dimension. It's a slight off, but if, you know, I'll know, you know, and that spoils it, you know. I want the memories, you know, that I shared with. I'll tell you something. This is what they say. This is a beautiful thought, okay? You can Google this too, by the way. And I ain't using no phones right now. My eyes are closed, okay? I don't do this show with a piece of paper and a pen, and I don't have anything recited before I started, okay? I'll knock you right down if you think I do. My mouth tastes like vanilla right now. Red vanilla. You can't even imagine. So listen to this. It's the sweetest thing you could imagine. Such clarity. Entanglement, okay? Yeah. The definition of entanglement in my eyes, call it layman's terms, call it what you want. I'm trying to help you understand. So in these easier terms for you to understand, when two bodies possess or take up the same space in time, in a moment, those bodies are forever entangled. No matter how much distance separates those two bodies, forever after. Now I'll explain that, okay? It's very deep and you're just not on my level. If two people touch the same ground with their feet, right? And hug and hold each other and love each other and share a moment or a moment or 5 moments of love, they're forever connected. No matter if one is on the top of a mountain in Tibet and one is in a cell underground being forced to, you know, figure it out. The point of this is so you to understand that we have a connection. We have connections, right? And these connections are forever. If you love someone, you never let them go. You always have them close to you. It's such a beautiful fact about, you know, this what we have here. Anything that shares the same space and loves each other has a bond forever, no matter how vast the distance between the two objects is later on. Do you understand now? Just think about that for a while. That's love. Love is an unbreakable bond. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Rastafari. I love you, honey.
this whole time, are you?
I'm talking till I fall asleep. I'm falling asleep right now. What are you doing?
Reading.
You need to stop, babe. It's late. Get a sip of water and go pee and just chill. I wouldn't mind if you tickle me a little bit, like if you just like turn on your side, tickle me, fall asleep, we can go to bed. Elijah Miyahira really wants you to tickle me, honey.
I'm tickling you. You feel it?
Pardon me?
I'm tickling you. Can you not feel it?
Yeah, get out of here. You tickle me.
That's my feet.
I feel great. That's not tickling.
You can't feel it.
Well, don't do that. None of that. My feet are so soft, and you wait till you feel. Honey, I need you to use that roller on my massager on my feet for a minute while you put your hand flat and you push the roller down into my bones and my top of my feet for a minute.
No. I'm tired. I don't want to be
All right,
with
let's.
vibrator machine.
Here, let's close the light then if you're
Don't
tired.
worry about what I'm doing.
I had a bad wife, you guys. I'm gonna start swearing. How's your shoulder after I rubbed it out?
That was yesterday.
How is it?
Still.
Sore again?
Yeah.
Well, come here, I'll rub it out.
Okay.
Or I'll get you in the morning then. My hands are so sore the last couple days. It's just humidity. It's like damp, cold. My knee's been bothering me a little bit too, but I didn't say anything. But actually, it's better now. So I don't know. It's weird. But my hands, and ever since whoever was talking about sciatica the other day, oh yeah, I remember. But holy crap, my left, down my left leg. Ugh. Like, just behind my calf almost now. It's weird. It's not quite to my ankle, but I'm like, I feel that feeling, you know. It's weird. I feel like if you don't acknowledge it in your body, no, because I feel it in my butt too. Like I feel it in my lower back and down all the way to my calf. I feel something again. I swear it's just this time of year. I hope walking helps heal it. I don't know. So we're going for a walk tomorrow, so I'm super looking forward to that. I shoveled a bunch of snow today. It wasn't that heavy, but the freaking scoop I'm using is super heavy, so that sucks. And I mean, yeah, it is heavy snow. Like when you get a full scoop of this stuff, holy crap, is it heavy? It's so sticky, you know, heavy snow. But it's supposed to be plus 12 coming up here in Winnipeg. Plus 12. So we got a plus 9 tomorrow. Plus 12, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday. I'm not even really truly sure, but it's coming up. And well, we'll have 0 snow after that day. There'll be a little bit of ice here and there, but we'll have no snow. So it's very good. You don't know who to trust when you don't know who's telling the truth anymore. About census, about rainfall, about snowfall. But I'm curious if we're about average for snowfall in my area this year, or how much we're below. You know, um, and if that's the case, we shouldn't be worried at all about flooding, right? Because in 1997 we had the flood of the century. I'm not sure if it's 97, 95, 96, something like that. I feel like it was 97 though. I used to say it a lot. Um, and and the more I think about it, yeah, I came back from Mexico, and my wife just mentioned yesterday it was 97. So I think, oh, I got a fart. I got a fart. Hold the phone. Hold it. Get it in ya. What? There was a video game I played as a kid, and it made that sound. Doot doot doot. Like, what was that? That's what I'm saying. This is gonna go down as the most unique Count the Fart sleep stream I've ever done. I'm super proud of this one already, and it's just started. 72 people in the chat. What's really going on? Hi, Hidden. Yo, what's up, homie? The votes are in. The decision is final, but it's not final. I'm not ending this. I just want to. Oh, no, I have to. I'll do another poll here in a second. Let's read the 77. Are you happy? Oh, that fart stinks like old spaghetti. Are you, like, in meatballs too? I don't even eat meat. Are you happy? Yes, 71%. And then 28% are sad. That makes me sad. I'm sorry to hear that 28% of you are not. Oh, it smells like rotten celery and like broccoli and rhubarb soup. Oh, this might be it. Sometimes I even gross myself out, like if you can believe that. 25 farts an hour, McGee. But I actually, one time I was like, I just had to leave the bed. I was like, I had to go for a walk. Just farting down the street at 4 in the morning. Are you happy? But I'll go live next time I do that. And I don't do that in the winter, unfortunately, so I have to suffer with these. Oh, it still stinks, though. I don't know. I don't know how some people can handle it. I cannot handle it. The cat's on the edge of the bed. The poor cat, he has a great sniffer on him. My cat sounds like a tiger and a bat at once. He has like this sonar knocking sound, like he sniffs and knocks at the same time. It's crazy. But right now he's on the edge of the bed, like his head is downwind. He's far away from what I'm calling the upstream. Oh man. I wonder if this takes years off my life though. Like VOCs, volatile organic compounds. Like, holy, this is gonna blow the scale away. I gotta get a VOC monitor. Find out like how bad it gets in here. We need like a 6-inch exhaust fan in here with a couple charcoal filters and inline fans, charcoal filters. I'll probably get a squirrel cage in here, some industrial duct work. Man, year was like 93 or 94 or 95. And my buddy's like, yeah, I'm getting some new ventilation. Literally, he had the ventilation system from the old arena in his basement. I'm like, dude, he's like, yeah, I paid $4,500. I'm like, he's like, check this out. I was across the basement, like by the far wall. He was in the laundry room on the other side of his like big footprint of his basement. He turns this thing on and it blew my hat off. I was like 97 feet to the right of it. I was like, what the? And he's like, it's pretty quiet, eh? I'm like, and I'm 15. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, and up to this point, I think this guy was like an ultra boss. I'm thinking to myself, like, the fuck is going on here, yo? Like, I'm like, where's he gonna attach that? You should have seen the the straps this thing had. Like, this thing was hung at the top of the arena. In a hockey arena. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what was he thinking? He ran that thing for 2 years. Like, I bet you, like, an industrial, like, he had to get a special, like, he had to get it wired, like, specifically, like, a certain way. I don't know, it was 240 or 330, but it was, like, some kind of crazy wiring that most people don't have. And this is in 1995, eh? Like, in his basement of his house, you know? A nice house. Oh, man. That's how I grew up, yo. Just glowing, you know? That house was glowing. His house hummed, you know? His house was. You could. I knew. I could get to his house with my eyes closed. I, I would just like listen to the hum. And every block it got like a quite a bit louder. I was like, OMG, bruh. The guy never had any problems though. It's incredible. Kept to himself though. For the most part. He wasn't a bad person. So that's awesome. That guy taught me a lot, man. I used to go to that guy's house all the time. Like after school in grade 9, I would go there and water plants all day. So, give you an idea. It's 1993, 94, you know, something like that. Super cool guy too. Super nice. Very nice to me. He's a good guy. He was rough and pretty rough. He was mean to a lot of people, but he was never mean to me. We definitely respected each other. It was kind of cool. And I knew him for years. Like, I don't know when I met him, maybe 92, 93. Like, really knew him. And, yeah, maybe like 93, I'd like hung out with him like 50, 60 times at least. I don't know, maybe 150. I don't know. I have no idea. But his wife was hot, so I thought it was cool. And he was like twice my age. Well, we were a good team. We were a super good team. As I got older, as we got, they call it synergy. The more two people hang around with each other, if you actually are a cool person, you help people, you grow as a unit, you know. And he was for sure a solo lone wolf, but you know, every lone wolf still needs a hand here and there. And sometimes if you're doing big things, you need, you know, quite a bit of a hand, you know. I'll tell you right now, I never seen nothing like, except for maybe, yeah, two or three other guys were as cool as this guy. But then again, they weren't, you know. This guy, I know lots of outdoor growers, bosses, like, you know. Anyway, then there's this guy, right? This guy's strictly majority was indoors. He did a couple outside, but nothing fancy. Nothing like me or any of the people I learned from outdoors. This guy was big time. His knowledge was indoors. He was into tech. He had the best tech, the latest tech. He had everything. He was quite rich, very rich, to be honest. He's probably one of the richest people I knew in 1993, 94. He had everything. There was nothing you could think of he didn't have. And if he didn't have it, he was getting it next week. Seriously, he already knew about it and was getting it. He wasn't greedy or anything. He had cool stuff. He's actually a very fair guy. If you're you know, if you're cool. So he's the first guy that ever had Northern. He had so many, men. He had UBC Chemo, Power Plant, Northern. He had everything. Cali Mist. He had Cali O. It's actually pronounced Kali Mist with a K, and it comes from Afghanistan in the Kali Mountains. And Cali O is with a C, and it's from California, and it stands for orange, California orange. The Kali Mist was something special, man. Very, very strong, super strong. And in 1999, I tested it. What's my name? I made Bubble, and it came out by far. The Northern was phenomenal. I always talk about Northern, but the Calio, the Kali Mist was unreal. It was unreal. It was like a blue eraser. This like silvery gray blue eraser, and it had this like, I don't know, it looked like it was from Mars or something. Just doesn't look like anything else. It's very putty like, it's very gummy. All the rest are kind of grainy. This one it's so unique. And I did a lot of I washed everything. Like blueberry was the only thing that stood out differently. Pretty much the Northern was straight white. Blueberry was like the original caramel. And then the last one was the Kali Mist. It was so unique. And it didn't make like a large amount or anything. What it did was what it did was make this just. It was like you just needed just a little fragment, you know, a little flake. Kind of forgot what I was gonna say. So there's this. Yeah, I remember. I don't know. So remember, I did this one variety, and it made this pinkish purple isolate. I don't remember what year it was. I think it was my 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember exactly. I have it on video though, is what I do have it on, right? So if I go back and check the videos, you'll be able to see exactly which one I did when I made sure that the video was about, this pink isolate, right? Such a unique. I'm blown away actually. That first time I see it, whatever it was now, it's probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. Or a good 4.5, because it was with anyway. Yeah, this happened, man, and I was like, what? And I took like this little think, and I was like, what? Just gone. I'll never forget that. I mean, it was so intense. Well, for so long, I didn't even really understand what happened, you know? And then I was watching, well, I talk about it, and people are like, they said that they thought it was this. And I'm like, well, that's weird. I didn't use any of these processes. But when I look at how I did do it, it goes back to decarboxylation process. And basically I figured out like the key to it all. Like, absolutely. Which is weird because I also figured out the key to and it is the same, the decarb. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm saying. It's just like that. I didn't realize and correlate that they both had the same outcome if you do it that way. But OMG, that's the secret. I can't find any better way. And also, it's actually hard to replicate. It's not impossible. It's hard to replicate because there is science there, right? So I stumbled on to one of the greatest methods ever. Not once, but twice. But here's the kicker. It wasn't like my first day, and it wasn't my first trial, you know? We're talking like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different ways each year. And I got it in the first 6 months, I think it was, maybe a year. I came across. And the other one came even faster, but I was pretty much almost every day I was making different kinds of edibles and things like that. But I was using many different methods, right? I went back to the tried and true way the first time in '99 when I made my blueberry cookies. Nothing beats that way. Man, I'm telling you. I could hear my heartbeat in my ears like 12 or 14 years ago. I almost hit an area. But when I was at my other place, I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. It was so intense, man. It was like a drum. And yeah, ever since then I handled it, but I'm telling you, it was super intense. And no, I don't care for that level of whatever you want to call it. That amount was way too much. I ate like maybe 6, 7, or 8 cookies, and then I don't know how much of what's my name I went through. It was like 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 hours, and I had eaten like 9 cookies. I really, in that duration, I needed one in the first 4 hours and one in the second, and one in the 5th hour, I had 9 cookies. Like, these were very strong. They were so damn good, though. I couldn't believe it. My wife had like 1.5, and whoo, she was dust. My wife was dust. It threw me off. I was already having like the ultimate experience. Like, I couldn't take anything. Like, I was in my own, trying to just ride this bull, and it was never ending. I was like, damn, man. I was like, this is like I said, 9 hours I was on this for, right? Because I started at like 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. And by 2 or 3 in the morning, man, I was still going. Like, big time. So maybe 12, 13 hours. I mean, I didn't set no stopwatch, but it was a dozen hours. And I mean, it was like I was being licked by a camel for 42 days. Like, I was numb, bro. It was like, huh? What? It was something different. Like, never. I've never had that from any, nothing. Just my own stuff. It's crazy. But it's so unique the way I make it, man. And it doesn't scare me. It's usually too much for me. I have to eat like a quart, like 20% of a cookie or something, you know? And then after like a week of eating them, then I can eat like a couple or 2 or 3. But at first, I have to be careful because it is very strong. I still eat too much. It doesn't do anything to me. It just it makes your mind stronger and more sharp. You know, it allows you to grab tighter hold of the reins. You know, and like I said a couple maybe a week ago, people who experience stuff at least know their limitations, or rather not their limitations. They know what they're capable of, right? So if you've endured, then you're better off, right? So me enduring it for a couple days or a week or two is that's what makes you more next week, right? It's like, oh, that happened to me already. I can handle that, you know. But your body sends you signals, right? Like red flags, says like, yo, I'm in immediate distress, you know, whatever it is. You can't breathe. You're choking, whatever it is. You get these instant signs from your body. It's like nerves and shock. It's like it's like these. I can't really explain it. It's just it's your you have instincts in you that are bred in you, and they're called survival instincts, right? It's like you may get out of the way of something, and clearly 100% you weren't thinking about getting out of the way, you just did it. Those are instincts, right? This is like how we are still here to this day, or where we come from. Leaves sort of like a muscle memory in you. It's very deep. I totally don't have a full understanding, but I feel it. I can feel it. And I try to put stuff into words so I can help others, you know, relate, you know. I don't want you to feel sad though. Like it's a Friday night. Try to be happy. If anybody ever does feel sad, you should just watch some of my shows. They're really good. They'll cheer you up. Or go watch something else that's funny on YouTube. I watch like Pug One. Pug One makes me laugh all the time, man. So I watch that show. I'm not sad, but like life sucks sometimes. It's not the greatest. It's good to have a little comedy. My wife watches a lady who does like spoofs of Kim Kardashian. I think she's hilarious. Like the lady. My wife's funny too, though. But yeah, it's just short videos and stuff, you know. Good humor. It's good. Humor is important, you know. Laughter is the best medicine, you know. Just laugh every day so you don't have to go to the hospital and be, you know, if you're laughing, it's harder to be negative, right? Of course, you can laugh at people and be negative, but that's gonna, it's bad for your body to be negative all the time. It's okay to stand up for something, you know, especially if there's a saying, I don't know exactly the saying, maybe somebody smart in the chat will say it tonight, but it goes like this. If you see a group of people, no, if you don't go against the grain and you just end up following like the rest of the masses, you know, then there's something wrong with you. I don't know exactly how it goes, but it'll be hard for me to find. But basically, it's a quote saying that. Now I gotta look this up. It's a quote saying that kind of like you should go against the grain. Like you're crazy if you don't. Like you're crazy if you do listen to the masses, right? Old saying about not following the masses. If you don't know where the crowd is going, don't follow it. Get set, you know you are on the right path when you don't agree with everything the masses say. So that's the. Who said that though? Yeah. You know you're on the right path when you don't agree with everything the masses say. Don't echo anyone. Be be humble, loud enough to magnify your own voice. You know you are on the right path when you don't agree with everything the masses say. Okay? Taking the off-beaten path showcases the metal you ate made up of. Taking the path, taking the off-beaten path. So there's a saying called taking the path less. Oh man, this off-beaten path thing threw me off. Taking the off-beaten path showcases the metal you ate made up of. I'm not sure if this person may not be from Canada or the States. Taking the path less chosen is how it's worded, I'm pretty sure. So taking the path less
traveled.
taking the path less traveled or less chosen, either way you want to say it. But that means that I'm a man who does not follow the crowd. I don't care whether I am an alpha man. Well, I'm not going to say that because obviously I'm not a fucking beta. Or an omega man. I don't know what that is. But I'm a man who is driven by passion and purpose. I'm a man who does not follow the crowd. I only like this one, the top one. Don't run with the crowd, fly with the stars. Take charge of your inner world by destroying the limitations caused by the outer distractions. So that's what Kanye West was saying about fear. How we all grow up and we see a world full of coffee tables we're told we can't stand on. You can't have a good time over here. Take charge of your inner world by destroying the limitations caused by the outer distractions. Echoing the masses is nothing but insanity. Be amongst the ranks of free-spirited rule breakers for good. Fuck, is that one cool. Just say no to bad attitudes. They say you are nobody. Yes, that's who you are. A body that says no to evil things. When I say no to someone, no. When I say no to some activities that I believe are ungodly, some people say I am nobody. Yes, I agree. No body. That's who I am. A body that can say no to bad attitudes. Trial and error is not bad, but not the best. If you don't know where the crowd is going, don't follow it. You know you are on the right path when you don't agree with everything the masses say. Don't echo anybody. Taking the off-beaten path showcases the metal you ate made up of. I don't understand that one. I get the top part. I don't understand. And metal is spelled like burning nettle, but with an M. It's not MTAL or METAL. However you spell metal, I don't care. It's easy word to spell, not sounding stuff out loud. I can spell, by the way, too. Just I'm not really into it right now. It's too. I don't care whether I am an. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. Old habits die hard, and if you're not careful, the person you used to be can overtake the person you're trying to become. Success is not. Bless you. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, right? The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. I think that's Franklin D. Roosevelt. It just says Franklin D., so I'm guessing it's Roosevelt. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Man, that would suck. If I failed every time I grew, I wouldn't keep going. What are some, but I'm telling you, I don't think people realize how hard it is to grow. Like everyone's just like, yeah, I grew that, but it's like you grew it, and out of 10, it's like a 2. Like some varieties aren't supposed to be potent with certain things, but they should smell like something, you know? Or they should have the character, like the structure should be there, right? Most people can't get stink, you can't get structure, and like I don't even want, like it looks like crap, you know, on top of that. And it's tiny, you know. I mean, all these things are not how it's supposed to be. And you want to know the saddest part is that most people never end up trying the real final product of a high quality ever, because growing is so secluded, you know. Rather, think what you want, but majority of countries in the world, no grower will ever be like, yo, check this, I'll try this, because it's so hush hush. So you'll net, and also most growers don't grow the highest level of quality and just start throwing it at people they've never seen before, right? Like that's just, and it just doesn't work like that. Like your highest grade is like your ice cream. How many people do you give scoops of ice cream to out of your container? Quickly say 0, right? You trust me. I'm old. You guys have nothing on me when it comes to like understanding this stuff. 90s was a long time ago. A long time ago. You got nothing on me. Plus, I didn't spend it like with like, you know, people with like tiny little pencil shavings, you know. Oh, that's a good one. I'm not that tired, but I'm a little bit getting tired. I can definitely feel it.
Let me get some stuff out of the drawer here.
Yeah. Oh, you should make sure you don't overdo it. You should see your. Turn it down.
It's doing me. I can feel it. I can tell it's more than
Too much.
it's
so
like only like 6 to 7 watts.
Try 3 or 4 of them. See. Yeah. There. That honey. It was like this. It was like this.
Oh, I know.
Well, now it's like this.
Because I'm trying to get rid of the fuck.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna get it in all in one shot.
No, that's good.
If y'all have any questions or anything, you can ask me a question. Man. Now we went 50-50 on a poll for Are You Happy? Well, it makes me sad. I'm going to come back on another one here. I want to try and nail it with, or I stay on here. I mean, I kind of want to stay on this sleep stream like the whole time, you know? Maybe I'll just say fast forward ahead to the snoring. In the description, you know? I kind of like doing the like the chill part of it. I don't do these all the time, so I appreciate. Wonder if they could go on my hand.
What?
Wonder if that could go on my hand. Because it's so much
Well, do you have
electricity.
any muscle in your hand?
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the thing.
No. Well, I think you're not supposed to put it on your chest or on your neck.
Like these, like this part and then this part, right? Underneath that, like these two things, this and this. Like this other thing on the side of my hand here, I can't touch, but this and the other thing inside
Oh,
here.
you can try, but...
No, not tonight. 2:30. Did Einstein say the one who follows the crowd? The one who follows the crowd will usually get no further than the crowd. Oh man, that's so awesome. Albert Einstein. The one who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been. Man, that makes me so sad. I didn't know Einstein said this. I'd never heard this before. I never thought of the crowd as the people who were leading edge, you know? I've always thought of the masses as actually quite dumb. Isn't that interesting? But this I'll read it again, and then I want to tell you why this follows the lines of what I say about growing. What I've always told you for years now. And I say you should branch off and do your own thing. None of you should be replicating each other's methods, because you come up empty-handed every time. You all will never learn anything. You will all venture down the same path and go no further than the next, unless you learn from your mistakes down that simple path. But I honestly can't see people wanting or understanding how to learn from their mistakes if you travel down the same path as the next nobody, right? Peon. The one who follows the crowd will usually get no further than the crowd. The one who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been before. Now that's traveling, that's walking. Take that and walk, use your mind, travel with your mind, and you will uncover things no one has ever uncovered before. Man, Einstein is, I love you, Einstein, so much. Was Einstein real? Was Einstein, is it the thought of Einstein that helps us progress? Is it like the thought of the Egyptian pharaohs? Is it the thought of the Egyptian pharaohs that we all want to strive to have that level of understanding for building? They call it the Baghdad battery. 6,500 plus years old. And you tell me if they don't hide the truth from us. Baghdad battery. Go Google it. The year was about 1992, and I was in school, and I saw in a book a clay pot that had some sort of acids in it or something, and a metal rod, copper rod. So many people that worked in technology industry back then in the 90s, in just after the end of the 80s, understood what they were looking at. And they were probably either snuffed out or sided with these evil people that run today's energy sector in every way, shape, and form, whether it be a lithium-ion battery or a AAA battery. You see where I'm going, and you can think of some of these companies. Let me tell you, these are the richest on the face of the earth. Batteries are in every country around the world. Now just think about how rich they are. Everybody has a remote control. Everybody had a Walkman if you reset the planet, you'd want to be one of the first corporations to get your name on a roll of toilet paper, a toothbrush, toothpaste, a TV brand, a computer brand. So look for the biggest companies in the world and then start asking them the toughest questions you can think right now. Are you part of the 300? I'll see you next time. I'll come back when these edibles kick in.